Back, everyone. Welcome back. Geeks at the Nurse Table back at you one more time. Look, I'm in studio.
He's back.
Even though we saw him virtually, we still miss Larry.
Even though I see him at work almost every day, he's here.
What's that supposed to mean, bro?
I don't know what the hell
You're
supposed
about
to
to
be,
set
bro.
yourself up because you work with Larry.
Like, what are you trying to say, bro?
Larry, I'm good. I haven't seen you in a few weeks. Welcome back.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Brownie points go to Michael.
Whatever, Michael for the win. Oh, God, I hate you so much.
I love you too, buddy.
Right now.
I love you too.
Okay. Anyway, welcome back, guys. I'm so happy to be back with y'all guys for another episode. Episode 23, guys.
23, let's go.
Let's go.
Episode 23. And this is the episode before our 1 year anniversary episode, which is coming up in 2 weeks.
Oh my God, 1 year.
That's huge.
Let's go. That's huge.
We've been together. We've been together, guys, on the whole calendar year. And it's been a long run, guys. I don't have no idea what y'all was just talking about. But
Let's
it's been a
go
long
on
run.
the side of the table over
Well,
there.
what happened was on the first episode, when you said we get together and like we come together.
He said the
and I
exact
said it
same
on the,
thing.
You did say
I
it,
did, and now I said it again.
How about that? It all comes back together.
1 year, he's still the same.
Yeah.
I don't change, guys.
Sorry, I mean you.
The only thing that changed is that now my microphone works all the time now.
All the time. There
All
is
the time.
sound coming from this man's microphone.
Yeah.
Which did not happen in the very first episode.
Learning.
Long story, but we learned a lot throughout this last year.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
So we definitely came a long way, and we're grateful for this ride that y'all guys are on with us. So, with that being said, episode 23 is upon us right now, and we have a great conversation to have with y'all guys watching and also with y'all guys listening, as Spotify as well as Apple. Yeah, y'all going to see us on YouTube. So
YouTube.
yeah, so there you go. So the conversation is going to go like this, guys. It's impossible for us not to talk about Mando today.
Nope.
So the Mandalorian is on the docket. We have there you go,
came
the fancy
prepared.
shirt.
I came prepared.
Look, I'm Paul.
That joke is never going to end.
Never.
It's going to continue.
We also have to talk some TMNT.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is
Yes.
on the docket, and I kind of want to touch a little bit of Mario too.
We could.
Yes.
You
Okay,
know,
let's do it.
so there you go. So those are the things that's on the docket. So please grab your chair, roll that thing up to the table. Let's have a conversation because it's going down. All right, Mando. I'm looking right at George.
Why
as
y'all
I'm
started?
and I'm peeking my eye over here.
Me and
Just-
Mike have just been like, yes.
Sorry, what?
Yes, yes.
that.
I've been watching Picard. I don't know about this man, no.
He's like, what is this Mandalorian?
No, yeah, Mando was phenomenal. Take it away, George.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I love how you're just like, skirt over there.
Take your turn.
Yeah, so Mando, guys.
Mando.
Mando. That's all I got. No, I'm just kidding.
We just all scream Mando and let's go to the next topic.
So first things first, Mandalorian, we got the first 2 episodes so far, and the first episode was great. It was nice, ease into what we missed going on, and then we get to see episode 2, and it was like, holy smokes.
Yo.
Holy smokes,
Yo.
episode 2, guys. So I don't know if I want to just jump into episode 1 or just jump into 2.
Let's start with episode 1 a little bit.
Burst my bubbles, Mike.
Sorry, you got it. You can't skip it.
What-
Take it
all right,
right
so
to
what
the
do we-
end.
Yo, I really want you to skip it though. Episode 2 was everything.
That was
That
like,
opening battle of with the crazy crocodile thing and all the Mandalorians.
with the Mandalorian.
That was cool.
so
okay,
cool.
all right. So yeah, let's start at 1. I'm sorry, guys. Listen to Mike only. Go, Mike.
So yeah, it played a little bit in my head. I thought they were doing Jindar. I think they were doing.
Sorry,
Go to
Mike.
number 2.
No, wait. So because you started that, and I do remember that scene, and I actually did enjoy that scene because
That scene was crazy.
That
Yeah.
scene, all right. And it does play a precursor into episode 2 when you talk about Bo-Katan talking about her ritual as a kid.
Right.
So we get into the first episode, and we have the Mandalorians that are in hiding with the armorer, and they're going through the initiation of new Mandalorians, and I think these aren't foundlings though. I think these are literally children, because if I was reading the credits correctly, the small child that everybody was protecting when they were fighting that big thing was the son, the last son of the Vizsla clan.
Oh, really?
Yes. So he is, I think, not Pre-Vizsla.
Tar Vizsla?
Tar Vizsla. That's Tar Vizsla's son.
Wow.
And that's why when you were watching the battle, he was protecting him at all costs. So that's why. So he has I think he has a major role in this season when it comes to the Mandalorian war that we're projected to get, if the rumors are correct. So that was one. And like I said, it ties into Bo-Katan because you saw the ritual and how it happened. And then you hear Bo-Katan talk about it. And how she talks about it is completely funny because she's like, yeah, it's just a ritual. It was dumb. But if you look at the armorer and those Mandalorians, they are very, very big on that tradition.
Well, that's just the thing.
I didn't know Mario Kart was. When did Mario Kart come in?
I think it just did.
Or nobody noticed that, Larry, at all. That was smooth.
Smooth, brother.
We went from Mando to NASCAR real quick.
No, they showed you had 3 more seconds. Yeah,
start your engines.
You didn't know you was being timed, George. I had 3 more seconds to finish your statement. 3, 2.
All right, I'm done talking.
Bo-Katan saying that like it's a joke. It's a joke. As she's sitting there without her helmet on an empty throne, and with everybody who left her, like it just shows the clear philosophical divide.
Yes.
Like
It's a huge divide.
Right? Like, you know, you got your devouts that, you know, it's a lifestyle. It is, you know, it's everything to them. It's the warrior way, and it's with kid stuff. It's a fairy tale.
It's a fairy tale. And it's cool because, like, you see in those similarities or those differences between the clans, it's setting something up.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, we're going to see an opportunity for both clans to really figure out who's going to take over Mandalore, because now we know Mandalore is habitable.
Yeah.
It is habitable. The whole mentality of the Mandalorian saying that after the purge of Mandalore, it was completely uninhabitable, and there was
poison
on the planet, and so on and so forth. And that's why when Din went to the planet, he told Grogu, "Hey, listen, stay in the ship." You know, he went in there, or actually, no, he sent R5, which is another great thing that we got R5.
R5 finally got them scorch marks, like all from
my man has been through
Uncle
everything.
Owen.
You can just tell what he's saying by just the way he acts. He's like, "All right, I need you to go out there and test the air." He's like, "No."
And that's the beauty of Star Wars, because like we don't need to hear the words, we know in the actions and in the sounds. Like R2 doing something, be like, "Wah!" Like we're just like, yeah, he's having a good time.
I'm just picturing, because when R5 disappeared and Mando had to go after him, when he saved R5, I could tell by the way he's sitting. He's like, "I'm going the hell home, man." This is not for me.
He's like, "This got nothing to do with me, man.
And
why you have me out here?"
And I feel like it's gotten more and more funny, because when I think of like Rebels and we see Chopper, and we can understand Chopper through that same thing. It's just like, you guys made an android literally have feelings.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do that and still get away with it? And we're just like, no, that's how you do it. You do it just like that. So anybody else that wants to do that, do it like that.
Yeah, I'm honestly glad they brought R5, because originally he wanted to bring IG-11 back.
Well, and I thought that's what the whole thing was. Like, we were seeing the trailers and you were seeing everything with IG-88, and you're like, oh, cool, we're going to get IG-88 back. And then they do that whole thing in episode 1, and you realize you can't, and he was going to go back to his old programming. Because he was going to go back. He was actually going to go and kill Grogu, because he was still under the bounty.
Right.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, it was a lead out, because I would have never thought we'd see R5.
It's just it's just a shot of the first episode when they're trying to figure out, to find the part for him. He's in that little room, and he's in this. Amanda's sitting there with his legs crossed, and he's like, "Can you fix him?" And they say, "No, you need another part." Oh, you see his Grogu grabbing him, like, "No, he's not a toy."
You know what I liked about that first episode too? We find out how much of a scammer that lady is at that. Dude, she's like stealing. So it's like, all right, first of all, they're talking about Boonta Eve, and if you guys know Star Wars, Boonta Eve Classic is a huge thing in Tatooine with pod racing and all that crap. And it's funny because during that time, she's going ahead and scamming people on their pod racers and taking parts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
making it look like, oh no, your pod racer's down, I can't fix it, da da da. And then she's like, oh yeah, I can get it rushed for you. And then boom, there goes the Jawas walking by. We're like, yeah, here's the parts, bro. Like,
with their part.
well, yeah, because it was their original parts. And
Right.
they stole it.
Saying, yeah, it was like with their parts. and then I was like saying like, whoa. Is she also going to charge for like storage as well? Because she said it was going like 2 months. I was like, hold on, she's going to charge for storage and for the part that's already there, that's repainted.
Yup. And then she did say, yeah, repainted, so it looks new.
Yo, crazy.
Scammer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anyone who's crazy enough to date a Jedi or a Jawa is like, I can't look at her and be like, no.
You know
she
what-
dated a Jawa.
You know what threw me off too? When she spoke
Yeah.
the language,
Yes.
and I'm looking at her like that's throwing me off because I'm hearing a human speak Jawa, and I'm like,
She sounds just like them too.
yo,
like,
it was so
perfect.
funny. I was like, oh, that's weird.
That's different.
That was weird. But yeah, no, first episode, yeah, it was a good start because
We
missed
started
so
talking
much.
about the second episode. Let's
Yeah,
be
let's go.
honest.
All right,
but
let's go.
no, hold on.
No,
Hold on. It's still
no,
staying
because
in the
we
first
just started talking
episode.
about her, and
Well,
then
I get it, but I just want look.
what killed me from the first episode was what we talked about in the beginning of the scene with the big crocodile monster. They look they're about to lose. All you see is Mando come in, does what he does. He lands, right? He looks at them. You hear the theme. All you see is Grogu in the back. Hi. I'm here too.
Now, they say
I told Frank, I'm like, literally Grogu, the way he looks, he's like, we're back.
just, Mike, just so you know, I was about to say the same exact scene. He wanted to go to episode 2.
And then
I wanted to stay in episode 1 so I could mention that scene. And then what happens? He just starts talking over me. And then he takes my scene.
I don't like it when you guys put me in the middle of your fight, and it just makes me feel awkward.
Don't worry, he's not the only one. You're not the only one that does
Mike's
it.
Yeah,
turning
this-
red and sweating profusely.
Yeah, sweaty nerves are back. Okay. But no, with that same exact scene, the one thing that I did like, I loved, is the fact that they was fighting so hard to kill that creature.
Yeah.
I mean, so hard to kill him. And then Mando comes in 5 seconds. Bam, bam, the thing's dead. And then he gets out like, yeah.
Yeah. Like he just looks like,
Yeah.
But
Do you
when
need
he's
me
like,
now?
his new spaceship made that sound like coming around. I was like, "Brrr." I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that I was waiting for like a montage of like 80s music. Dun, 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 dun.
You got the touch.
Highway to the danger zone. Like perfect. Like it's
I
an
love-
Maverick
I
movie.
love how you said it when my mom and my dad watched the new Top Gun last night.
I still have to see that movie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
I didn't see that.
I'm not going to see it.
Okay, we're not going to jump into a whole nother movie.
But
or
great
anything.
episode.
Great first episode.
But you
yes.
could,
Okay.
but you could tell from before Mando came, they were trying every idea from like
But how
A,
like
B,
strapped
A,
did
B,
like
C,
the
D.
Mandalorians come to like an initiation thing, and dude's got his like Gatling gun and just everything.
Yeah. I mean, they couldn't do it. They could. I mean, that thing. You got to think. Most of the stuff in Star Wars and stuff like that are, like, they're not. The blasters aren't made to attack certain things. Like they're shielded almost because their skin is so thick. So that wasn't doing anything.
Yeah,
my man
not at
brought
all.
ion cannons and he was like, dun, 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 dead, done.
Quick fly, quick bam,
Yo,
bam, bam.
Mando just did quick work of something that took like 30 minutes to probably fight. Like they're probably
Exactly.
over here sweating bullets, and Mando's like, I watched the whole thing.
The whole. Was it me or
Like-
did that battle just feel long to you?
It was long.
Well, you gotta
and
think, yeah.
what we saw like about 8 deaths too. Like,
Yeah.
like they was getting chopped away. Like, you wonder why they like a dying breed. They keep going against creatures like that, and the water for them to recruit somebody else. They're recruiting one, and they get 8 killed.
I mean, hey.
Okay, but that's episode
Speaking
1.
about waters, episode 2.
Yes.
And the things that live
Episode
inside the
2.
water.
Yes.
I was talking to Frank at work, and there was a lot of jump scares in this in episode 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it meant to help out with the suspense of, yo, Mandalore is jacked up.
Yeah.
Like those little weird looking beings that were there.
Yeah.
Apparently they've always been there.
Yeah.
Like she was sitting there saying that they used to live on the outskirts of the city near the water, and now they take over the entire world. You know what I
Right.
mean? But yeah,
Everything is deserted.
this was kinda-
They have no other no other being that's out there that's strong enough to go ahead and defend them off.
Right.
So now they have the whole world to themselves.
Except Grogu, who went and just like force pushed the heck out of the one.
Oh my god, that's
Now we figured out what that was because we saw that in the trailer.
I
Yes.
love that you could tell he's grown from the 3 seasons, because the first 2 seasons he would just be in the side they're trying to protect him, but this time Grogu's the one that's trying to save Mando. Like, it's like, go find Bo-Katan, and he just goes and he gets in the ship. Is Bo-Katan just like stands there? She looks at the ship, thinking it's Mando, and he just pops up. He's like, "Hi, yeah, I need your help." You could tell just how he's grown from the first 3 seasons.
Family, the way that he jumped into his pod,
Yes.
hit the button like boop, boop, gone. I'm like,
Luke taught him that because
Yes.
he was jumping from rocks like that. But yeah, it is like crazy to see him do that because it doesn't feel like it's been that long. But did you hear what Dave Filoni said? That he was training with Luke for 2 years.
It did not feel
What?
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years he was training with Luke.
And
Oh, wow.
And
You know that
makes-
like 40-second montage?
yeah,
Yeah.
but it was actually 2 years of him.
So it's like an episode and a half that we got of him with Luke, and it was actually 2 years.
Well,
Yes.
it was a lot of that, and that's why I think it helped to see like what's his name, the magistrate.
Not the guy from Predator.
No,
Billy.
know-
No,
the guy who was in charge of the bounty guy. It's like
yeah,
I forgot his name. Oh jeez,
he was in Predator.
he wasn't Predator.
Yeah.
Well, if you notice that
Carl
Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
I forgot his name in the show. But if you notice, season 1, obviously the city was just jacked up. Season
Right.
2, it was getting better. Season 3, it's a jumping city.
Yeah, how about
so
looks
for
amazing.
them, it makes
Yeah.
sense for them to say that 2 years has passed because now you can see that the city was built. You know what I mean? It really came up in those years. So it helps kind of add to that like dynamic of time has really passed since everything went down.
And that was funny because now that you say that, now it kind of makes sense why it was so many Mandalorians at that planet initiating the new kid. Because remember, it was only 2 of them last time we saw.
Yeah, weren't they
Last time we
hanging
saw
out, like,
her.
No, there was more. There was more.
We only saw 2.
right. We only saw the 2, but there were still more.
Because weren't they
'Cause they
hanging
were in
out
a
like the
cavern.
bottom of like a space station or something?
Yeah, they were in a cavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we only saw 2.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
with
that's the
them.
only ones that got speaking
Yeah,
parts.
we're talking about the armorer and then the
blue
head
guy.
of Isla.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like but we only saw 2. That was their hideout, and it was only 2 of them there. And, and Ben was there getting healed and being trained, and we still only saw 2 of them.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
now we go ahead and go down. There's like 20 of them there, and they're in
They
a
just
whole
popped
different
out of the ground.
location.
like daisies.
Yeah, so I guess it would make sense that it would have took some time. But then in the same token, Mando still don't have control over the saber.
No.
Like it's
While Bo-Katan,
even after 2 years.
while Bo-Katan
Bo-Katan
is
is
holding it and handling it like it's
Holding
like nothing.
it like a pro.
because
when
she-
that
she
happened,
had it
that's
forever.
I told you guys like there's something in this that like the gravity of what is happening on screen like totally hit me. We're on Mandalore in live action, which I've been waiting for since I was playing with Kenner action figures.
Oh my
we
God.
got Bo-Katan in live action
Yes.
with the darksaber, and it just
And she-
everything hit, and
she
it was like
handled it,
It was
man.
beautiful. It was
There's just the scenery of him landing on Mando, and he's walking out, and you just see the sky, you see just his surroundings.
Yeah.
It looks like a movie. Like, this looks incredible.
As destroyed as the plan is supposed to be, that's how beautiful the scenery was as he was flying in. It was stunning. Like
was.
how the visuals of that was. It was
That's that
absolutely
new
stunning.
technology. That's their new room that they're doing. Like, that was it, like 3 different like places that have like a certain room, and it's like blue screen all over.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Speaking
It's
of
beautiful.
Bo-Katan and the place being poisoned, she was that close to Mandalore the whole time, and she never like was like,
Let me try.
I'm gonna check this out.
Yeah, let me
So
just
yeah,
try.
because her planet, she's on that planet,
She's on
like
the-
right
yeah,
off
yeah.
the right
They
off.
said
of-
she's on the moon.
It's on the moon of Mandalore.
The moon of Mandalore.
Yeah,
She's
it's
right
so
there.
crazy.
But if
Be like, yeah, I can smell you through space.
Speaking of that, her being on, how about seeing her ship? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna remember the name of it, but like seeing it, and I'm like, oh
Well,
my
we've seen
God.
it in season 2.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
but it still looks great.
Yeah.
still
but,
looks great.
But how about this? In its totality, having her ship land on Mandalore.
That's true
Yeah,
too.
that's-
like I
Yeah,
said,
that
like,
was-
when they were in that cave and all that was happening, and it just it hit me of like we're this far and we have all of this, and 10 years ago, it was like, 15 years ago now, I guess. It was like, nah, we're done with Star Wars. And now we have this in live action.
Yeah. Y'all guys are seeing everything that y'all, and I'm saying y'all too, because y'all two are two of the 4 biggest Star Wars fans that I've ever met. And I know, like, seeing all of this that we're seeing now is a dream, is an absolute dream come true.
Yeah, especially going back and seeing the beauty of it in the Clone Wars, and a little bit of it in Rebels. To see the live action rendition of it, even though it's destroyed, it's kind of like nostalgic. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because are we going to get flashbacks of Mandalore? Is Bo-Katan going to talk about, like, are we going to see a vision of her sister?
Yeah.
Like, okay, cause she brought up she was talking to Grogu a lot about the Force and how she used to help the Jedi out and everything.
Exactly. Like, are we going to see that?
Can we get a little couple cameos in there from maybe Ewan McGregor in a flashback?
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Like, come on.
I got goosebumps now.
Yeah.
Bro.
Like, it could happen.
Like, can we see Ewan McGregor and Duchess Satine in live action?
Bingo.
Or
together?
Or
like, I don't get, like, de-age him. You can do it. It needs to be like a 30-second scene.
Yo, I just need to see, like, I can just see him walking. So remember that episode in Clone Wars, he had the Mandalorian armor on? Let me just see that walking with Satine walking away in her headdress.
God.
Like, how crazy would that be, bro? Like, oh my god. Ooh, nerdiness is coming out of me.
So you can feel the nerdy itch.
Yo, do you not see me scratching my eye? Do you not see me scratching my eye right now?
Start to George, you okay?
No. I think I just scared half the people that are watching. I'm gonna like crawl through their screen, and be like, ah!
You know what? I've been saying it for a while now. Like, how do you top Luke coming back? And that is the perfect way to be on par with it. Just sneak Obi-Wan in there in a flashback.
Bro. Oh my God. Give it to me. Give it to me, guys. No.
And they can do it all. They can do it. They can do absolutely everything.
You know, it's crazy because
fix everything.
Ewan is 100% on board for doing more stuff in this Star Wars universe. Hayden Christensen is already getting put into multiple things in this Star Wars universe. There is opportunities to bring back some of that stuff, and I don't want to just play on the people that are like, you know, during the prequels and all that stuff or whatever. Like, obviously geared towards some new people as well, but some fan service might be good for some of this stuff because we've seen a losing battle with Star Wars in the last few years, and now it's actually starting to do something great that we're just like, I'm proud to see this.
And yet,
I grew up with the original trilogy on VHS with the Kenner action figures. I had the Boba Fett from Return of the Jedi with his swimming hand. Like, he has this weird hand and like a gun hand. I carried him around all the time. I grew up and was like the original trilogy was crammed into my head. But there are people who grew up with the prequels and everything that came out of that. Exactly.
Right?
Like, that is the Star Wars that you had and formed a lot of your conversation about it. And seeing all that come out now, and the creators really kind of latch on to that and push it forward
with a renewed energy, too, because they felt... When the whole situation with George Lucas selling Disney, it obviously struck a blow for most of us fans because we understood, that we knew George Lucas was working on a sequel trilogy.
Right.
And that we wanted to see his vision, and then to come to find out that vision was completely tossed to the wayside because they're like, it's not Disney's vision.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And now we're seeing George's vision through Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
Yes.
And they're doing a phenomenal job, man. Like,
absolutely.
I'm just talking about I'm getting goosebumps, man, because those two guys are the head of Lucasfilm.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're doing everything right by what George taught them.
And yet, we're still waiting on a Mace Windu project.
Oh, wait, bro. I got you on that one. Check this out. There is a rumor that Mace Windu had a conversation with Lucasfilm to come back in the Boba Season 2.
Could you imagine that?
It's legit, bro.
Do you want Boba to kill him?
I see the face.
So, and even so, Tamura Morrison was stating in an interview that he would rather have Mace Windu come back to put his revenge on Mace Windu himself for his father's death.
Could you imagine if, like, there's just he's at a bar or something and there's a whisper of, you know, the Jedi with the purple lightsaber,
dude, just a man who's got slashed arms and slashed legs walking around. And, wait, that could be anybody in this world now, but still. Just the fact that that's a possibility is magnificent because we all want it.
Look, the one thing that Star Wars or that Disney, thank goodness that they failed in the last 3 movies.
Yeah.
Because the fail. I know it
Go
hurt.
for it, yeah.
It hurt. It hurt. But the failure caused what we have now. You know, you lose money for you to think about your money a whole lot more wiser. And thanks to the failures, now we're getting Mandalorians. Like, all right, get away from the Skywalkers and get away from the Jedi for a little bit.
New characters.
And start avoiding that stuff and start bringing in the ones that we all like fell in love with from the anime series.
Yes.
You know, and just bring those guys in. And look what we have now. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
and the stories that they have. They developed... Go figure, George Lucas developed such an in-depth world that so many different golly, even from each Jedi and Sith had a different grip hold stance that was more abrasive compared to others. How detailed did he have this world go?
And it goes
it's crazy.
deeper.
Yeah, I know.
There's way more lore behind everything that we don't know about, and now Disney is starting to explore because they know the EU is a new place, a new frontier that Star Wars really hasn't touched. You know what I mean? Like, it's touched in the books in the past and some video games, but this is going to be a new stage for them to kind of push their creativity now. So we're going to see a lot of new things coming in the future, and I know when they talk about the sequel series that they're working on, it's going to be more of that EU lore that we grew up with.
Well, that's the thing. George Lucas kind of played a prank almost, if you want to say, when he sold it to Disney, because he knew, like, here's Star Wars, you can't do anything with it, because if you make something new, they're gonna hate it. If you do the same thing, they're gonna hate it. And Disney didn't learn that lesson. I mean, he got what, $3 billion or $7 billion?
Yeah.
And he's like, here, you can't do anything with it. Have fun. And they made those movies, and
failure.
bingo.
But Disney was smart enough to realize, because George's hand was in Clone Wars, and there was
as soon as he knew, like, they didn't learn that lesson for the movies, but with the TV shows and everything, they're able to go into the divergent stories, the not Skywalker stories.
Yeah, essentially.
And he knew that.
Yep.
And Disney could have went with his, and they didn't.
He had a sequel trilogy ready to go. He was getting in pre-production for the sequel trilogy when Disney made the deal. I would love to know what that story would have been.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
What was that man thinking about that sequel trilogy? And I can guarantee you it wasn't Luke Skywalker being a little punk.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't. Now, we wouldn't have seen... Well,
with the worst visual of a A-listed character ever.
an actor.
The words Luke killing kids would never have been on that list.
Now, I had a conversation with
He's not
our
his
guy
daddy.
Frank. He said, and I had to go back and I think I have to look at it. Luke didn't kill the kids. Luke wanted to kill Kylo. And then in turn, Kylo killed everybody.
What that says, though, is Luke lost his way enough that he brought the lightsaber to a little kid to kill him because he was going down the dark side. You're telling me Luke isn't so reinforced with his Jedi ways and his teachings, where he's been teaching kids, and he was the only one. And then he finally had another moment of doubt. No, he learned his moment of doubt when he in the Dagobah swamp, when he cracked that helmet open.
Yep.
When Palpatine said, "Strike your father down and join me by my side." And what did Luke do? He threw away his weapon. I'm sorry, I'm looking at you like this.
I know.
I am sorry.
I can't do it.
You know what though? But I'm hearing it. And I'm like,
Luke chose to go absolutely defenseless and put his faith in his father. That the light was stronger than the dark. Mm-hmm. And you're telling me he saw Ben, who was going that way, and he didn't feel like the light would take over that?
That's true.
Also, Ben is also the son of your sister and
that's
best
it.
friend.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that dinner. Like, hey guys, hey guys.
Again, I apologize. I'm sorry.
How's the
I
steak,
almost
guys?
killed you. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, the steaks. Yeah, how's the steaks? Good. Yeah.
Yeah,
But also,
yeah.
I just want to let you know I killed your son. All right.
Yeah. Stuffing?
Blue milk.
Okay, now before we get off the Star Wars train, because we can literally be on this daggone thing.
I think we just did almost 40 minutes of
I'm
Star
gonna take a
Wars.
deep
Like,
breath.
Jesus, yeah.
Again,
Please,
for the
Mike,
third
breathe,
time, I
man.
apologize, Larry.
Jesus Christmas. Okay, you with me, but not him yelling at me.
I'm sorry.
I would have probably done the same.
Again, a fundamental misunderstanding of Disney. Like, you don't get it. When the actor comes, I'm going off a tangent again. When the
You
actor
are.
comes out and says,
You are.
Luke will never do that, it's wrong.
Scene.
So Mando episode 2 was
Yeah,
great.
it's phenomenal.
That little Grievous guy.
Oh yeah,
Like, how cool was he?
that was a nice little touch. I thought that was great.
It was creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy, but it was great.
Yeah, it was great.
Now, I do have a question for y'all. Did it, and I'm sure they did this on purpose, and I'm looking at y'all two kind of more extra,
Okay, I'll be over here.
because we saw, I'm sorry, right back to you, Kev, because you're going like, oh yeah. When we saw Bo-Katan in the first episode,
Yes.
and how she dismissed the whole the whole lifestyle of everything dealing with the Mandalorians, and to see her face and story develop and change throughout episode 2, especially when she was telling Mando about how the whole Kree is just stupid going through. But did you see her face when he started reciting the Kree and going down those stairs?
Yeah.
I
Did
got
you
chills
see-
right now.
Yeah.
She just gets done saying, like, they were so happy to see their princess recite their words. The dad was so proud. And Din's just sitting there, takes off his backpack, starts reciting it, starts walking in the water. So he doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
You know,
That's
that kid, two craps.
Again, and she's saying that as her helmet's off.
Yeah.
But you actually start to see the pride on her face. Like it felt like she started to understand. And the very last scene, guess who kept her helmet on after she got out of the water?
That's true.
Now, guess what? When she dove into that water, guess who also got cleansed? Guess who also got renewed?
wow.
Guess who also got reset?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh. She just takes off her helmet the next episode.
Yeah, unless like
that's-
no third episode is like bam, it's off.
But that's huge though, because it's like she saw that and almost had an epiphany herself. And then what do they see at the bottom of that
The Mythosaur.
The
Like,
Mythosaur.
come on. The Mythosaur live action.
And it's crazy because you hear with the armor when she's talking to Din about the Mandalorian coming back, like the the Mandalorians coming back and everything. What did they say? The time of the Mythosaur will reign in a new age of the Mandalorian. What do we get in the end of season or episode 2? The Mythosaur is there in
Yep.
the same time that those two jump into that water.
exactly.
So what if we get those two to actually rebuild Mandalore
Exactly.
with both clans
together.
together?
Yep. Exactly.
Huge.
And
Chills.
and how about this? Because I was looking for, and I'm sure y'all was too, because Mando went straight down, right?
All right. When he was saying all the words, and I'm like, why am I feeling like something about to just grab him and just sink him down?
Yeah.
And like 3 seconds later, I have like, there it is.
Okay.
I blame the Beskar.
Now you can now peep it. The same Beskar was on him when Bo-Katan swam him out of there
And
and gripped him up and threw him over. Wasn't that daggone heavy? Now here's the thing. That lovely creature that was down there, what was his name again?
The Mythosaur.
The Mythosaur. The Mythosaur is known to have some kind of force powers, correct?
Something like that.
Why couldn't he pull him down knowing that Bo-Katan was up there to get this whole entire ball rolling?
Oh no, you want to ask him?
Because that man was
I would love to.
That beast was sleeping. So the
beast was
Was he
Mythosaur.
asleep or was he just closed his eyes like, please don't see me? Please don't see me. Please
No,
don't.
that
Crap, she saw me.
Mythosaur's
Or maybe that was for
first
purpose.
showed up in what is it? Is it the Loyal Wookiee? from the holiday special. The original. No, you don't know. So do you know about the Star Wars holiday special? No. So in the 70s, between Empire and A New Hope, George Lucas produced the Star Wars holiday special. It was a variety hour TV show that was 2 hours long, and they had Mark Hamill. It was terrible. It has never. George Lucas, he bought all the recordings and destroyed them.
Yep.
It's been bootlegged for years. That is where Life Day comes from. So Life Day is Christmas in Star Wars, and the Wookiees wear these red robes, and we go to Chewbacca's home place where it's 30 minutes of 5 Wookiees just growling at each other. And like think like Family Matters, but with like Wookiees. It's all they're doing. The one guy's name is like I can't remember the name. It is absolutely terrible, like flat out horrible. But there's also like a 15-minute animated segment where the debut of Boba Fett. It's where he goes after Chewbacca, and it's he ends up getting on the mythosaur in that.
He does. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be seeing it in live action is going to be kind of crazy.
Oh, you're saying get Din on the mythosaur?
And that's what I'm saying. Like you think Boba Fett riding the Rancor was cool? No, Din's going to get on that mythosaur.
Oh.
Like I remember like, back when I was.
Look me!
I remember
I want Kroger to have a weapon so bad.
Getting like the Boba Fett action figures from like the Power of the Force line, and there was that cool little symbol he had on there, and I'm like, oh, I love that symbol. Like I would want to get that tattooed on me. And my brother telling me like that's a mythosaur, Mike, and I'm like, what, Patrick? And he's like, he told me the whole story, and that's like Patrick. I was like, that's amazing. So that's been like living rent free in my life for like 25 or 30 years, and like to actually see it in live action it's going to floor me. Like I was so excited when I saw that. It was 5 a.m. and I'm in my basement in the dark, and I was like,
he R2D2'd the screen.
And I'm like, I want to wake up my family. But oh boy. So yeah, that's huge for me. Episode 2, amazing.
So far, it's gonna be great. I can't wait to see the next few.
But it's like this is just the beginning of this
the Loyal
freaking
Wookiee,
episode.
by the way, is on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Or maybe it's a Faithful Wookiee or something like that. Whatever. Just watch 15 minutes. It's worth it.
The Wookiee sequel.
All right. So look, we have to get off this. We
gotta get
off.
Rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's so bad. Okay. So real quick, what y'all guys think about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer?
Fantastic.
The animation, I was a little on, but then as I watched a little bit more, I'm like, okay, I see why they went what they did, and I'm glad they actually brought actual teenagers.
Bingo.
Yes.
When they started talking like every single adaptation, even going back to the Eastman and Laird one, forget they're teenagers.
Yeah, they didn't sound
and they got these little kids like going around taking like TikTok videos and stuff. And like that was just such a breath of fresh air. But the cast, let's talk about this cast for a second, because not only are they phenomenal actors, but they are deep cuts. I don't know how. I kind of love Ninja Turtles, as we've seen. I have a pretty big collection of things.
Yeah, we've seen. Yes.
Funny story. I found that book in the trash.
What?
I found that book in the trash. I'll tell you about it later. My junkin' days, man. Between jobs. But we got Paul Rudd as Mondo Gecko.
Yes.
Awesome Playmates figure. We got Exposito from Breaking Bad as Baxter Stockman. We got Leatherhead, the giant crocodile. Jackie Chan as Splinter.
That's my favorite.
That's gonna be great. He's back out of retirement.
Seth Rogen, who's producing. I don't know if he's directing it, but he's playing Bebop. We got sense. John Cena as Rocksteady. We got Wingnut. Wingnut is a spoof on Batman. So it's this guy who got mutated into a bat.
Wingnut.
This lady, I don't know her name, but she plays an Utron, which are the Krang robots. Okay. April O'Neil. We got Ice Cube as Superfly. Now let's take that name Superfly and back it up to, we got Baxter Stockman. Is Baxter Stockman going to turn into Superfly? I don't know. I would love to see it. Baxter the Fly.
Change
We
the name.
got Post Malone as Ray Fillet. He is a
Ray Fillet.
Ray Fillet he's a stingray. He's a stingray. His action figure used to put water on him, and his shirt would change colors.
Oh, brother.
We got in the same group we got Hannibal Buress as Genghis Frog. He used to hang around with Ray Fillet and them. We got Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello. But awesome, we're getting that. But we're getting so many like deep cuts of these. There's if we see Cowlick, there is a being in the original Ninja Turtles universe. It is a giant cow who flies through outer space, and his name is Cowlick, and he transports the turtles to a fighting planet. I want to see it. That better be your post credits. That's all
I got zapped by Cowlick.
No, so you don't
These
want to
names.
see them maybe a little bit older in the post-credit scene. You want to see Cowlick.
I want to see them get taken away to intergalactic adventures with Cowlick.
So the trailer looked great.
What do you think, George?
I thought I did the whole fact that they are teenagers. I feel like their voices fit great. Just hearing Mikey chat the way he does is just like that's a kid, bro. That's such a kid. The animation does look really cool. It is a little different. It almost kind of gave me Into the Spider-Verse vibe a little bit.
Bingo.
Absolutely.
Which I was okay with because I'm like, you know what, that style is new. It's creative. So I'm excited to see that. And then just knowing that cast, that's a pretty
crazy.
crazy cast, man.
That's
man.
crazy.
Like, this movie's gonna be broke until we go see it.
They better make a lot of money,
You
man.
better- I mean, listen, they'll make more money if they have Cowlick in it. That's all
I
I'm
don't care if it
saying.
makes more money; it'll make me happy. But Shredder's not even announced in that.
Well, that's
And
the thing.
I'm-
Maybe they're
and
saving that
honestly-
for later.
Yeah,
But I'm honestly glad that he's not casted or not even the movie because almost every movie that we see, it's
that's
always him.
Yeah.
So
Always
I'm glad
We
we're getting
have
someone different.
6 big screen Ninja Turtles movies. We have the first 3. 3 didn't have Shredder in it because it was in feudal Japan. Then we had TMNT in 07.
Very
Yeah.
underrated Teenage Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
That didn't.
Yeah.
That didn't have.
Then we had the live
Shredder
action
in it,
one?
but
Yeah,
the
with Megan
next
Fox.
2.
That's
Next
Stephen
two
Amell
did.
as Kevin.
Yeah, the next 2 did.
Yeah, next to that.
The next 2 was gonna
They
have
had
a
the
white guy
hand, I
playing
think,
Shredder, and like they got such backlash that they like recut it and stuck like a Asian Shredder in.
Good.
Stephen Amell as Casey Jones.
Yes, yes.
I never liked that kid.
Oh,
As much
God.
as I love Stephen Amell.
Oh, wow, yeah.
He was getting defensive. He was like, "What?"
No, I thought you were talking about the other guy playing Casey.
Bro,
I'm
he
talking
looked
about-
at
I'm
you
talking
so
about the one
hard.
with- I'm talking about the one with
Casey
Megan
Jones
Fox.
is my favorite Ninja Turtles character.
Yes.
I
I actually like Casey
cosplayed as
Jones.
Casey Jones a couple times.
He's the man.
I did.
He's awesome.
So
I
the
just didn't
picture,
like the last
the picture
Catcher.
of me and Kevin Conroy, I'm dressed as Casey Jones.
We need those pictures. That's going on the video.
or maybe it's Neil Adams. No, I met Neil Adams.
Now he
dressed-
changes
Now
it
we
up.
changed
Yes.
it. Now we.
Neil Adams is right up there as important to me. Neil Adams is my all-time favorite comic book artist.
But let me ask everyone right now: who's everyone's favorite turtle?
Raphael.
Mikey.
Raph.
Leo.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Me and Mike were
big
always
fan
the
of Leo.
out. Me and Mike were always the dark horses of the.
Yeah.
Of the
As
group.
like a guy who got called Michelangelo a lot, I was always like, nah, I'm Raphael. I'm the red one.
I always love Raph,
I always-
especially in the TMNT 2007 movie.
I do like
loved him in
Donnie
that.
though, because Donnie's the
Donnie's
cute
the
guy.
man.
That- He
Too.
just
Donnie's always the
reflects
man.
with me really well.
I always did
I'm
like the
a
one
nerd.
scene from the live action where they're in the airplane, and all you see is that, like Raph's scared of heights, and you only see is Mikey drop out of the plane. They're like, guys, he jumped. He jumped.
Now, I would say this. I think the comedy is going to be there's like, it's in my leg.
Oh my! I laughed so loud at that. My kid laughed at that.
It's like,
You know it's
I was rolling. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, no.
This is going to be good.
It's nice to see a change of pace with that movie because they listen. Not everything needs to be live action.
No,
You know what I mean? Like the CGI version with Megan Fox, it was okay, but the cartoons are where it's at. The cartoons
first
is where
one was
most
better.
of us kind of grew up on it. You know what I mean? Like watching it Saturday morning, you're watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The cartoons is where it started.
Absolutely.
You know, the comic books for some, but I wasn't that old.
Oh, ouch! Give me some ointment. I got a burn.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was.
That right there just shows it.
I wasn't there. That comeback.
yeah.
Oh, you need some oil for that burn?
Oh, God.
It's sizzling.
He's bubbling. I hate you.
Yeah, you had the high ground. I don't care.
I had the oil.
I had the high ground.
Sizzler.
You were the chosen one.
God, Sizzler.
Okay, we're going to bounce. Because once again, we've been laughing joke for a long time.
A long time.
Okay, so
What else we had?
we're excited by TMNT.
That's
Yes.
a mouth.
Yes, sir. Mutant mayhem.
And we're one step closer to Mario.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
National Mario Day was the other day, May 10th
hey, how about it? So we're actually
or March 10th. My bad.
March 10th. You're a
But
little ahead of
like,
time.
yeah.
We would have seen the movie by then.
But the more trailers drop, the less hate that we're hearing.
Yes.
I am so
Yeah.
far past the hate on that.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I'm past it.
Like ever since that first trailer, I'm good.
I'm at the point where the kids are like, "We're going to see that, right?" And it's like, "Yeah, we're
Yes.
gonna go see it.
Yes.
We're gonna go see it."
Rainbow Road.
Rainbow
Road.
I love the new trailer because we got Mario in the fox suit fighting
Yes.
Bowser, which was something that I didn't know in the first, like the other trailer we got. So I'm wondering, did they give him a power up in that fight with Donkey, and that's how he got into the suit?
Yo, Donkey grabbed that star too.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
see Starry Donkey,
Star Donkey.
Lord have-
Glitter Donkey. I'm sorry, children.
Oh God! All right, so
This is why
So
we can't have
our-
nice things, Jordan.
No, we can.
Yeah,
So again,
I'm
like,
lost.
if you listen to the trailer, like he does a lot more of the Mario sounds. Chris Pratt
Yes.
does.
He does, and I think they probably. I gotta think that they
There's some
overdubbed
reshoots?
those. They did overdubs for certain things because I'm just like, bruh, he's doing them more. But maybe that was just they maybe did that to kind of gauge our reaction because I can guarantee you we all know how the entertainment world works. They go ahead and do something, but they do it just to get the reaction from us. Because how much publicity was behind it when everybody's like, "Yo, I don't hear it. Let's go." I mean, I know I spazzed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, you did,
I
George.
think we were all
You
here.
did.
Yeah, we were all here
Yes.
for that, and I went ham. But
yes, you did.
just to see now that either they heard us or they had it planned that way, and we're getting those more and more. To find out that those actual things were actually done by the original voice actor for Mario.
Nice.
They're not done by Chris Pratt.
Really?
Yeah, I
That's
looked at
actually
the
pretty cool.
and
I'll
they
check
actually
that
have
out.
him doing it. So I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" Now I feel a lot better because the man who made Mario, who Mario is
He's,
in
um,
this movie.
Yes,
He's the guy who's played the most single character voice
Yeah.
in any video
Dude,
game.
he is a legend in voice actors.
I'm not sweaty enough to know his name.
for like 5 lines.
For 5 lines.
But those five
He's so
lines,
legendary for
5 lines.
Let's go.
but
Yeah, there were a lot of
Those-
Mario Party games. Okay,
I mean, listen, this man
There's like 26 of them.
This man has that whole thing trademarked. Like he's making money anytime somebody uses it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
That's true.
Those, I think, the whole story behind how he came to be Mario and the acting of it is crazy. Because he didn't. I don't think he went for a casting call for that. He just was in the area and talking, and somebody liked his voice, and I'm like, "Wait, can you try this out real quick?" And then boom, he got the job.
Wow, how about that?
and now he's paid.
yeah,
And
how
he's
about it?
Now
paid,
he's
paid.
set for the life.
He's gonna be he does
for his
conventions and stuff.
children.
I want to say he's gonna be at the Too Many
Wiz-
Games convention
He's
coming up
supposed to be at the one here in Philly, right?
Oh.
for fan thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know, but I know
I'll
he's
check.
at
I thought
fast.
and what was
somebody
the other one?
posted that.
Retro Game Con. He's supposed to be at that, I believe. I don't know.
Oh,
Somebody's,
yeah.
It seems like every time I'm here, I have to go to Google.
it's
You
on
have
Google.
one job, Kevin.
I know.
Google.
Do it.
No.
All right, so
No. First, you gotta find out what his name
No,
is.
Ashley Eckstein's going to be there. I want to see Ashley.
So here, no.
Larry was
I want to see.
I'm like,
Larry
okay.
was like,
No.
Shut up.
So there's there was something that Chris Pratt said in someone's interview, and it was like he said it was like, man, that makes so much sense.
I'm looking for the guy who the voice Mario, right?
Yes.
I don't see him on here.
Oh, maybe I was wrong.
Okay.
The only one that's here for right now is Katie Sackhoff, who voiced Bo-Katan.
And played Bo-Katan.
And Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
Okay. Nonetheless, he like said like, well, he heard, he's hearing, people was like, Mario was talking. Yeah. That's weird. We shouldn't have it. And he said the reason why Nintendo always wanted to have like no voice for Mario is because they want the player to say, "I'm Mario."
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that's why he never has a voice, because Mario is supposed to be the avatar of you.
Oh,
so you're playing around, so you're making the noises and stuff like that, but talking like, "Why is that over there?" That's supposed to be Mario. Like, you're Mario.
I like that.
So that's the reason why like not having a voice makes sense for all these years. But now like we have to have a movie. He has to have a voice. Mm-hmm. So because we're watching his story now. So now he's just going to provide the story. He's going to provide the voice to someone that we didn't know what the voice was, because we are the voice. So yeah, so it's weird,
Mario's
but it's cool.
Speaking of identifying as Mario, I just found out that he's a Red Wing boots kind of guy. I wear Red Wing boots. They're doing special Red Wing boots for Mario. Like, man.
Yeah, they're the ones that look like Puss in Boots' boots.
Nah, they're so cool. They made Red Wing boots for the Mario movie. So when he's stomping on them Goombas, there's a little Red Wing stamp on them.
Fear me if you dare.
Are you getting them?
Find out, Mike?
Nah, they're expensive.
So, other words, if they weren't expensive, yes.
If I can get my work to pay for them, yeah.
Oh my god.
You heard that job.
Yep.
Mike wants a
We're
Red Wing.
not going to talk about what my job is, but if I get them to pay for them, I will, I think.
That was the link. Buy it now.
All right.
Twitch.
Okay, so look, I think we kind of exhausted every single bit of our time when it comes to this episode, but we do want to close out with a couple very, very important stuff that's going on very, very soon. We just got finished talking about the fact that we are having our 1 year anniversary literally the very next episode, and we was already talking about what possibilities that we was going to do to just make that episode a whole lot more special compared to us just being right here in our normal studio, which we're grateful for. A whole year of us having access to this awesome studio, we're definitely grateful for. But the next episode is going to be in a special location. Over in Trevose, PA, is a lovely comic book store by the name of Baby Gorilla Comic Books. Owner, Mr. Jose. No.
I mean, that's his name, but the accent, though.
Okay.
Jose.
Mr. Jose. Okay.
If you're gonna say the name, you gotta go. Never mind.
Jose.
No. Never mind.
Okay. Thank God I'll edit all this out. Okay. Anyway, Jose is the owner of Baby Gorilla comic book over in Trevose, and he was so kind and excited to actually want to host our 1 year anniversary at his location. In the description at the bottom of your YouTube channel little section, you will have the address of Baby Gorilla comic book there in that section. So we're planning on being there on the 25th, 26th. I know it's on Sunday, so it's 2 Sundays from
26th.
today, the 26th.
Yep.
So we're going to be there on the 26th. Baby Gorilla comic book over in Trevose, PA. And I said the address will be in the description at the bottom. And we're going to be there on Sunday, starting at 3:00 until closing, and until whatever time that we decide to go ahead and rock out of there.
Until we get kicked out.
Yeah, exactly.
Or until Mike geeks out so hard that they have to kick us out.
It happens.
Yeah,
Let's just not talk
with the
about
job
Luke Skywalker.
He's going to be in the comic book boxes like this the whole entire time.
I can't wait to flip through the floppy books.
I know you
the
can.
long boxes. I'm going through dollar bins. I'm going to complete my Chuck Dixon Robin run. I'm going to do it.
So you already know where Mike is going to be, and I'm going to be kind of nearby, just staring at him, just going like, "Why?"
I'm getting
I'm gonna be right there with you. I'll be like,
I'm
Yeah,
almost
like,
done. I think there's 170 of them. I have like 120.
Holy
Okay.
schmerch.
I almost had the whole run.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, Jesus. So, with that being said, we please welcome y'all guys to go ahead and come out, show your face, introduce yourselves to us. We're interested in actually having good dialogue and talking to y'all guys and putting y'all onto our live chat and talk that we're going to probably be doing out there as well. And did we confirm with them? Did they say yes? Possible. Okay, so we're not going to put it out there, but we're also planning on having another podcast join us as well out there. So you'll have the conversation with us. You're going to have a conversation with that other podcast, as well as the awesome owner of Baby Gorilla. So we're very, very excited about that opportunity of being there. And hey, it may be the beginning of a beautiful relationship when it comes to G&T and us being at that location. And I think that would be
that sounds
incredible.
good.
yeah.
Yep, and I'm guaranteeing what we're going to be talking about next week or the next episode. Shazam!
Fury the Gods.
Yeah, because we are going to Shazam movie premiere on Wednesday. This upcoming Wednesday.
Yep.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
And a couple more days of this recording. We're going to go to that and look for our recordings or our live chats or our stuff that's going to be on Instagram, on Geeks at the Nerds Table on our IG, where we're going to be posting probably a live reaction coming straight out of the theater.
Yes.
So you can go ahead and see how we feel about that movie without giving any kind of spoilers. So join us on Instagram. And yeah, I think that's about it, guys.
Yeah, man.
Any
Yeah.
last thing y'all want to go ahead and say before we close out?
I'd say we say thank you to Donnie K's Comics again for
Absolutely.
for the Shazam tickets. I'm definitely looking forward to see. I haven't seen my buddy probably since Black Adam, but I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Definitely keep an eye on our social media. I'm trying to put out more books. Hopefully you guys like them videos.
Yes.
A couple of people interacted, and I'm so happy just to show somebody some of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mirage books. Like, I'm so happy somebody
those
saw
have been,
them for the first time.
Those have been really, really cool, man. A lot of people have actually been digging the fact that they're seeing those comic books. You giving the descriptions on top of that have been great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm learning
Yeah.
from just the encyclopedia of Mike's brain. But yeah,
So yeah, now we'll keep them roll. Actually, I just got I got a special book from Phantasm Comics in which is in New Hope. I got it. It's called an Ash Can edition of a comic, which is a special promotional book, and they're usually throwaway, but it's a special book. I'm gonna do it on that.
We have
And
an
it's-
Ash Can.
It's Gargoyles. So
Gargoyles?
Gargoyles.
Yeah.
It's on.
oh, okay. All
What's
right,
it going to say? What's it going to say, George?
No, he said gargoyles.
Yeah,
Okay,
Gargoyles.
besides Gargoyles.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Okay. Any,
Oh wait, that went over my head.
yes.
Sorry, he said gargoyles. I was excited. Listen, I grew up on gargoyles. I love that show.
Oh God.
Any
Just
last
a little
words?
something. I just have a little something. I'm just proud of all of us from the whole year that we've gone through. Never thought we'd become this far, especially with the Comic Cons we go to, the people who have interacted with us, other podcasters. I mean, I can speak for all of us. We're all thankful for each and every one of you who listen and give us feedback and everything. We just really appreciate it, and I'm just really proud of all of us.
Bam! That's how you
Whoa.
want
Yeah. So like, give the credits.
Just us high-fiving the camera that just went black.
You guys hold it. Me and Larry walk away.
All right, guys, hello, goodbye.
But no, Kevin, that's awesome, and you should be proud of yourself. You guys built this. I am lucky enough to come along with you guys. Thank you. I'm always in awe of what you guys do and what you guys built, and thank you for bringing me along.
Yes, sir.
It hasn't been a year for me, but I've been listening for a year.
Listen, you were here in spirit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you were here, bro.
Thank you. But
Yeah,
Kevin,
celebrate with us.
always
So-
rocking it, man.
Yeah. All right. So look, I'm gonna go ahead and close out with this. I haven't did this in the last number of episodes, but for the ones that don't know, I usually try to just give a little words of encouragement to the ones that may actually need it. Sometimes we may be just a listening ear for someone to go to sleep. We heard that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. We
so
heard
it's like,
that.
oh, they love
I'll
just
tell you that
listening to
later.
us or watching us because
I'll tell you
we
later.
have voices that actually allow them to actually relax and they
Somebody
end up
told
falling
me I
asleep.
have a good voice for ASMR, whatever
Yes,
it is. And I
that's
was
what
like,
people were saying. We have
I was
very
like,
soothing,
really?
calming
And he was
voices
like,
where
yeah,
it just
I'm
puts
like,
them to sleep.
cool.
I'm like, oh,
Me and Lara both we both heard that. We're both like, thank you.
But in person, the guy told me it, and I'm like, cool.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
It's nice to know I'm the
But-
person that you last hear before you go to sleep.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
It's okay.
But,
Just go to sleep.
But what for whatever reason that y'all guys listen, we're thankful for everything. But when we were not on YouTube, I always gave just a little bit of words of encouragement to anyone that may actually need it or don't even know that you need it. But there's times that it's just been uplifting for me personally, and I know it's been uplifting for my guys as well. So I'm going to end this episode with one of those type of encouragement things. A lot of times we actually go through a lot in life, a whole lot in life. And a lot of things that we go through, unfortunately, at times we feel like we want to give up. We want to just throw in the towel. We don't want to deal with that pain and that suffering and that everything that goes along with those trials that we go through. But here's the positive in this whole entire situation. When you make it out of that situation, and I promise you, you will. It may not look like it may not feel like it, but I promise you, you'll make it out. And when you do, I promise you, you will feel so much better about yourself when it comes to how strong you are, when it comes to how powerful that your actual psyche is, and you'll be better for it because there's no one in this world that can actually say, I made it through something and walk around with pride if they never went through anything. The trial makes you a better person. The trial makes you stronger. The trial makes you know better of yourself. So don't give up. Just don't give up. Hold on. Keep it going. Keep it striving. And I promise you, at the end of the day, you'll be proud of yourself for it. Welcome to the table. All right, guys, that's it. Episode 23 in the books.
Boom.
We out.
Let's go.
Later.
See you.